Great. Um, we are going to get started with our staff training today, or staff meeting today, with a presentation. So for context, for those of you that haven't been to that many meetings recently, we've been having our fellow student staff share something they're passionate about, a particular topic area they've been learning more about recently. And so we have Maruf here that's going to share with us what he's been up to. But we also wanted to introduce our special guest with us here, Jasmine. Jasmine, do you mind introducing yourself, please?
Take myself off of mute. Hi, I'm Jasmine Roberson. I work for the College of Engineering. I lead the community engagement and the K-12 efforts. So we do a lot of work with our student organizations, giving back to the community, especially around STEM, working with children as young as 6 and going up to 17 years old.
Okay.
So I'm happy to be here, and I'll be a resource for any of you that are interested in learning more about how you can also join in. We do a lot of volunteer efforts as well. Thank you.
Awesome. So we'll start with the presentation from Maruf, and then we'll have some other staff student center updates to share after that, including a preview of our week of training that's planned for next week. So Maruf, do you want to take it away and share your screen?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Hopefully everybody can hear me pretty well. I'm gonna share my screen. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Maruf. Those who don't know, I joined the Student Center a few months back. But unfortunately, with all the COVID and the situations going on, I haven't met a lot of you. So those who haven't met me, I'm a master's student. I'm doing my graduate program in electric drive vehicle engineering. I'm in my final semester. So wish me luck. This presentation is basically on the Wayne State University College of Engineering Summer Academy, or some people know it as summer camp. So basically what it is, it's a mixture of College of Engineering and Department of Computer Science. And what they do is they offer summer programs designed for elementary, middle, and high school students. These summer opportunities help students think about careers in engineering and encourage them in engineering computer science by teaching them skills that are necessary for those fields. And for the first time ever, this year, the camp has migrated completely to an online version. So it was a challenge, but students and instructors were able to interact efficiently using online sources like Zoom meetings, Canvas, Microsoft Teams to have efficient learning experience. So our program's mission is to provide families of the Wayne County areas to a wide selection of STEM programs. So STEM is basically science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So we're trying to encourage students to pursue these kinds of fields more. So we set out to achieve this by offering 12 different camps available to students ages ranging between 7 to 17. We usually employ 19 qualified instructors to run the camp at a ratio of 3 to 4 instructors per camp. And the instructors that we usually hire are mostly from the College of Engineering or any other background. So we highly encourage any students from any background, it doesn't matter, engineering or mathematics, to join our team to have a successful camp. And we also try to maintain smaller camp sizes to give like students an individual experience where they can feel wanted and feel heard. And we also try to keep the camp as affordable as possible. So the camps are usually around $200 per camp. And we also offer multiple scholarships to families that are in need. So the Wayne State College of Engineering Summer Academy has different types of camp, ranging between Minecraft, Roblox, Lego movie making, coding, web design. So as you can see here, we are only not trying to give a good learning experience. We're also making it trying to make it fun for the students so they can enjoy while doing it. So you can teach kids from 7 to 9 about coding, but if you go right into coding, they might be like, okay, what is this? This might be too hard for us. So we go around it by like introducing Roblox, Minecraft, and in the background, we teach them how coding can be helpful to manipulate Minecraft, manipulate Roblox. And we also have ages ranging from 13 to 17. They're kind of advanced group. So for them, we also have coding bootcamp, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, where it's more suitable for their age. In an overview, we offer 2 sessions, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So the morning sessions run from 10 a.m. to 12, and the afternoon sessions usually run from 1 to 3 p.m. and they run from Monday to Friday. So in the past, each day of the camp used to consist of a portion of a live instruction and an interaction using the families during their desired time slot. And this year, we have migrated fully to an online experience. And as I said before, where Zoom, Canvas, and Microsoft Teams played a very pivotal role. So as I said, since we migrated to an online version, we had to face a lot of challenges for an online environment. And it was the first time for everybody. The instructors and office staff had to adapt to using online resources to deliver the camp. But most importantly, the students had to adapt to the new methods of learning. And the interactions between students and instructions using online media was kind of challenging, but we were able to adapt and find new ways to keep the students engaged by encouraging and we had to find different ways, like encouraging students to ask any questions as they want, have breakout rooms, have more fun and game sessions, etc., etc. But we had to also think about a different aspect about the safety and the security of the students and the families. That's why we took cyberbullying very seriously, and we trained everybody involved, office staff and the instructors, on the importance of cyberbullying and online etiquettes. Because our main objective is to have a wonderful and relaxing environment for the kids. Since this is a summer camp provided from the College of Engineering and the Wayne State University Computer Science Department, there are boundless of student opportunities. All the Wayne State students from all majors are eligible to apply, both undergrad and graduate. We usually email you on your Wayne State student ID when there's any openings. It usually starts before like a month or 2 before we start the summer session. Trainings are always provided. You will not have to have like a specific a training experience, because we encourage students teaching here to also have a learning experience. The salaries are between $10 and we give flexible hours, and we also accept college work study. Different types of opportunities involved are mainly camp instructors, where you'll get to teach children in a real world tech skills in a fun and creative camp environment. We also have office staff, and I'm part of an office staff, and Jasmine is our director. And so to be a part of an office staff is like basically handling day-to-day camp responsibilities to make sure the camps are run smoothly and efficiently. Examples of office staff are like supply manager, curriculum coordinator, office coordinator, etc. I myself is a curriculum coordinator. I'll give you a brief description of what I do. Basically, my responsibilities is to make sure all the materials, all the instructional materials are up to standard. All the instructors, they know what to deliver. I take care of deadlines where instructors have to submit their stuff on time. I look at it, we discuss, we advise them. I take meetings among the camps to make sure that the camps are running smoothly and are efficient for all the students. All the staff report to the camp director and work with program staff to create a highly quality camp experience. And our program director you have already met is Ms. Jasmine Robertson. As I said before, we provide a lot of scholarships. Scholarships are not only provided by us, we also give scholarships from other departments from Wayne State. For example, CNIT provide a few scholarships. And there are specific criteria for any student or any kids to be qualified for that. For example, qualify for free lunch or reduced lunch, and they want to attend a STEM camp, and the ages must be between 7 and 18. However, the camps are limited to one per student, and they usually cover one cost of the camp. So what is our program goals? In simple words, our goals is to make sure that we encourage students into the STEM learning and STEM learning field, so that we can attract students to pursue STEM careers, so that they're interested in joining the College of Engineering. And it is our belief that if we can find ways to work with different additional partners, we will be able to provide the youth of Wayne County access to additional camp opportunities per season. And if the virtual camp is a success this year, then we hope to find other ways and similar experience to additional communities in the future. And I believe, and I also believe that Jasmine will agree on me, that for this year, the camp was a very successful virtual camp. And I believe we were able to adapt to the different adversities of COVID and everything. These are the contact information. That's about it from my end. If you guys have any questions, please let me know or Jasmine know. Thank you so much for sitting through my presentation.
All right, thank you, Maruf. Jasmine, is there anything that you'd like to add?
Just that we do service students throughout the Detroit and surrounding communities. So we do have students that are coming from the Tri-County, Wayne, Macomb, Oakland, as well as some of our staff that live in Canada. But our focus is definitely on underrepresented youths.
Great.
Thank you. Maruf, good job.
Thank you, Jasmine.
So can I just ask, like, how many, I know there was some of it in here, but you said the camps were pretty successful this summer. What lessons did you guys learn from doing the interactive, like doing it all online? Like, is there any words of wisdom? We're about to go on to our training next week. So wondering if with your success story, if there's any tips.
I think for just having a strong office staff, we've started, back in January before we even knew about COVID and having to switch quickly to the virtual environment. But just being able to utilize the tools that the university provides. So we create Teams channels in all of our office staff through all of the summer camps. Maruf just showed you a few of the summer camps that we provide students. We partner with like C2 Pipeline, and we ran about 10 camps for them. We partnered with Upward Bound, and we had different projects. We had, I think, Maruf, about 18 students that joined that project. So in order to just organize ourselves, we definitely use the Teams channels, and then the office staff, just making sure that we had our planning day, our check-in days, and then our presentation days. So we knew that we were all on task. And then having that communication through Teams, even when the camps are going on, instructor could just reach out to us and say, hey, someone hasn't shown up, meaning one of the campers haven't shown up. Can you give a family a call? Or we had like our IT in place. So for our summer camps, we were using a virtual desktop infrastructure. We talked to our director in the College of Engineering. We worked with CNIT because all of the children had to have an access ID to join the Canvas. So letting them know that, parents may be calling if they have problems, getting into Canvas. So just having that clear communication with not only our office and our instructors, but with the families.
Any other questions? I might be wrong, but I think this is the camp that Habib and Aaron have volunteered for in the summer before. Is that right?
Yeah.
They always talked about how much they loved it, and I thought it was maybe the same camp. So that's great.
Yeah, they were great. I'm thankful for having, Wayne State has the best students in the best community. So I'm really thankful for our students being able to support this effort.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think we'll go on with the agenda. So thanks so much, Jasmine, and thank you for presenting. Have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So some of you might be wondering, what does this have to do with the Student Center? What does this camp And although we definitely cannot take credit for Maroof being a part of this, part of what we want to do is, in some ways, your student center employment can provide a gateway to other opportunities on campus. And so this is another great way for you to get involved. Like I said, Aaron and Habib have been a part of this camp before too. I think maybe Aaron joined after Habib did. So again, it was, I heard about it from somebody else. And I know a lot of our students are engineering students. So this is a great way to, it looks good on your resume. It also is a way to give back to the community, which is something great about working and being at Wayne State too. So if you hear about other opportunities like that, please don't hesitate to share that with the rest of the group, whether it's in the all staff group me or other ways. We want you to find passions and interests outside of the student center too. And however we can help you do that, we are up for that too. So now we'll switch gears and talk a little bit more about staff training. So we've sent out a bunch of like an email and some group me messages about it, but we wanted to take a little bit of time just to speak a little bit more in depth about it, while also answering any questions that you might have, knowing that this is the first year we're doing something virtually. And while we've been doing virtual staff meetings all summer, and since March really, this is the first time we're really doing our annual training in a different format. So I'll start by sharing the presentation. And I will say that as the full-time staff, we're trying to brainstorm like, how can we make this presentation today exciting and how can we get people excited about training? And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, we just kept going back to Olivia Beaulieu. So I happened to make an Olivia themed PowerPoint for you.
She makes all of us happy.
Okay, so while we hope that, I will say that we hope that you'll be as excited about staff training as Olivia is about bubbles. I promise not to have a line for every slide, but this one in particular was nice. So anyway, so to kind of break down training, again, we've sent some different details out, but basically next week, every day, Monday through Friday, we have some sort of training session planned. We also recognize that you might have other commitments, whether that be, I think it might even be finals week, other classes, other jobs. And so our hope was to give, have things kind of spread out rather than 2 full days, which would be a lot on Zoom. We have just a couple hours every day of the week. And there's some days where there's options. So maybe you can't make the afternoon one, but you can make the morning one. We haven't heard from anybody planning to work this fall yet that they had specific commitments that conflicted with these trainings. If that is the case, the hope and the goal is that everybody is at every training, but let us know separately if you haven't already, if you have any commitments or conflicts. So I'll just very briefly share that Monday and Tuesday are sessions with everybody together for 2 hours. And then Wednesday and Thursday, like I said, there are 2 different options of times you can choose. So you need to go to one of them, but you can either go to the morning one or the afternoon one. And then Friday, that ends with breakouts for each area. So just like during our monthly staff training, when we have breakouts, this is a breakout session during our actual virtual training with just different areas talking individually. Alyssa, you want to take it away?
Yes. So the first day is we're going to do a training kickoff in customer service. And for those of you, all of you, most of you are returners from last year, we are not doing fish this year. We're going to do something completely different. So make sure you show up. But we're going to do an overview of the week, make sure everyone knows what's going on, an intro to the different teams that we're going to have you guys be doing, because we will be doing some team building stuff and different competitions as we have in the past. It'll just look a little bit different this year. We're going to do the customer service part, which is called Be the Spark. So I'll go over that next week on Monday. And then we're going to start the competition and get you guys ready to, you know, compete against one another, which seems to be a favorite.
Okay, next, Emma.
Yeah, so the second day, we're going to kind of focus on COVID-19 precautions for the Student Center. We're going to go over some of the content that you guys should be going over in Canvas this week, hit some of the highlights of things that we just really need to emphasize, and also answered frequently missed questions from the quizzes under the different categories of care for you, care for our team, and care for our campus community. And then we're going to have some small group discussions. We know that this is a really big area concern for you guys, and like you just might have a lot of thoughts and opinions and think questions. So we really want to make sure there's a lot of time for you guys to ask those and process and figure out exactly how we're handling it in our building.
All right, Andrea.
Sure. So then the next day, day 3, so this is one of the sessions that you get to pick, either the morning at 10:30 or the afternoon at 2:30, is around managing conflict. So the beginning of it is around understanding your own personal conflict styles. So we have a quiz for you to take that is on Canvas and the little Canvas course, and you'll figure out if you're what conflict style animal you are. And then we'll go through some scenarios with that, as well as the second section is how managing conflict and also with the new COVID safety measures. So we'll go through some scenarios and de-escalation techniques to help prepare you all as well as us on some of the things we may be facing. I think this is something you guys ask for every year. So this is not unique that we have to handle de-escalation and some conflict in, in the building. So this is just something we're going to practice a little bit more, as again, Emma had said that, we're all heightened and our awareness is heightened of the COVID safety measures that we may have to put into place.
Okay, next
Conflicts.
is Mike. Oh,
I was gonna say, is that picture the conflict being the boy who was biting her?
no, he's not. He's not
But
the.
it's,
He's not the.
it's
Okay.
an awesome picture because she looks not so happy with him.
She's
Yeah.
giving somebody the side eye. That's her. That's her BFF Nolan or Noe, in case anybody.
Okay.
So good
Okay, cool,
question.
cool.
Good question below. All right, Mike.
Yeah, so once we open back up, it's going to be important for everybody, not just specific areas, to know just our general desk management. So we're going to review all the content in the Canvas course. We'll go over frequently missed questions. We'll touch on InfoDesk. We'll touch on esports room, which by this point everybody should know that we have this new esports area, which we're really excited about. So we'll kind of give a brief, well, maybe not brief, but an intro into that. Answer some questions about what what you might have regarding that area. Also game room management, and then new safety measures for COVID-19. So, the steps we're taking to keep the game room safe, keep, our InfoDesk safe, keep the esports area safe. We'll also have some scenarios for you too that's not on here, but we'll do that for you as well, just like some of the other groups. So.
Okay. Next is Jessica.
And so on the last day, we'll spend some time in our individual teams. So we'll meet together at the beginning. So at 2:30, we'll all meet as one big group. And then we'll separate out with reservations, operations, and graphics being in different areas. And we'll use this time to really go over any questions you might have, specific things that would apply to your area, and just also potentially, just bond as a team.
Awesome. And Megan. Or sorry, Nick.
Yeah, so the Warrior Dollar competition is back this year. For those of you that were here for summer training last year, it's going to look very similar. But for those of you who have joined us since then, this is a competition where you'll be divided into teams, and you'll be in those teams all week, and you will earn points. Like, we're going to play games, we're going to do some team building. You will earn points and dollars along the way, and it can be for anything from winning the game to just being a nice person and answering a question, or engaging in the presentations is a big one, being present, having your camera on if you can. All those things will add up. We're going to keep track of all of it, and the winners at the end will be announced on Friday. There's going to be some cool prizes involved, and we're really excited to come back and do it again.
All right. Megan.
Yeah, and so keeping the competition alive and keeping you all excited, we're going to be also hosting a virtual Spirit Week. So each day we'll have a different theme for you to participate in. So similar to what we did in the spring semester. We will be doing this for this week. You can just put it in the regular all staff group. It won't have to be that social group that we did for last semester. So the themes are Monday, what are you reading or watching? So if you're still watching Tiger King on Netflix, that's a great opportunity to bring that up. Tuesday, show us your pets. Mike will definitely be showing off his cats. Wednesday is show your warrior pride. So we expect to see all of those W shirts. Thursday is Throwback Thursday. So all those baby pictures that we saw in the spring, please bring them back. And then Friday for the foodies. So show us your lunch, breakfast, dinner, all and any goodies. We love to see it. So just try to post in the group me as much as possible, and you can earn warrior dollars for doing that.
Awesome. So that really kind of gives us a brief overview of our plan. So again, our hope is that with these, the pre-training assignments that we passed out, that we've kind of advertised, we really want to make the most of our time together virtually, knowing that it's only a couple hours. And even though an hour long on Zoom can feel long, it goes pretty quick. So our hope is that the first time you see some of this content won't be during the virtual trainings that we have next week. It'll be on Canvas, give you a chance to learn some of the new things, especially related to COVID-19 precautions. And we encourage you to come prepared with questions. It may also encourage questions during the trainings, hint, hint. So our hope is that you will have kind of prepared and have time to think about some of the things we're talking about in the new training beforehand. I also want to mention too, we really appreciate that many of you all were a part of a focus group that I know that Emma, Megan, and I were a part of a couple weeks ago. And that was really to get feedback on what this week will look like. So we really tried to use a lot of your feedback in order to make this week as engaging and fun and helpful as possible. So please know we really value your feedback and try to incorporate as much as we could moving forward. So again, as I mentioned before, these pre-training assignments that were sent out, they are all on Canvas. So you all use Canvas pretty regularly, but if you have issues with that, let us know. And again, our goal is that every Canvas course is complete by this Monday at 10 a.m. And we'll be sending reminders to make sure. So it is really important to us that you complete all of them. And we are also going to pay you for your time. And so by completing those courses, we will also give you that credit in terms of paying you for the hours. The only kind of extra step once you complete the course to think about is the Be Warrior Safe Canvas course. Because it is not our course, we do need you to forward along that confirmation to either Mike if you're in operations or Megan if you're in reservations. So I will stop sharing my screen and ask if there are any questions about training or other full-time staff, if there's anything you all want to add.
Did you want me to talk about building access?
Yeah, yep. I just thought we would do training questions first.
Perfect. Sorry.
No, you're fine. And I guess, Kyle, since you're here, there will not be a building-wide scavenger hunt because I know how much you love or hate those. So not happening this year.
Oh man, the building-wide scavenger hunt is such a shame that we had to lose that. Curse you, COVID.
Okay, well, if there are questions, feel free to put them in the chat or message your supervisor. There are a handful of people we still have not heard back from. We are calling them and following up. I'm preaching to the choir right now, so to speak, because it's not the people that are on this call. But if somebody's listening to the recording in the future, get back to us, please. But I don't think that it's necessary to bring that up here, actually. So, all right. So, Andrea, please take it away.
Sure. So we have had some questions that have come up recently about how the student center kind of will be managed in the fall and what the access will be of people. I just wanted to chat with you guys real quick about it it's still really gray. And so we don't know exactly what the plan will be. There's probably been 10 or I don't know, however many. There's a lot of different plans that we have put forward to the committees on the reopening. And so we're still waiting to get feedback. So I even talked to Chief Holt today around what he's wanting. But what I will say, and I just want you guys to be prepared for and know and understand before, you know, we all commit to this fall semester, is that all of us are going to be asked to enforce policies and procedures on campus, just like we already have been doing. So we already enforce a lot of different policies and enforce in our building. Anyway, so we will be asked to enforce mask policies and social distancing. What that looks like right now, I can't 100% tell you, but we are looking at potentially anything from like a full lockdown of the building with swiping in, like the library, with a security monitor that might be helping us at the door, to one of us monitoring the door and just asking somebody to flash their one card, all the way to the doors just open and us doing rounds and helping to enforce those policies. So a lot of those things are on the table right now. And I just kind of wanted to be clear with you guys around the expectation that we have, whether that's an info desk person, a building manager, that all of us, including me, are all going to be asked to help enforce some of these new safety policies on campus. So I don't know if there's any questions around that. It's very vague, and as soon as we get more information, we'll keep telling you about what we're going to be expected to do.
Any questions?
Okie dokie.
Okay, well, I guess we'll wrap up for today. So again, this is our last kind of weekly training or weekly meeting that we're going to have, since we'll have training next week, and then we'll be focused and ready to go for the building opening. Again, that's going to be on August 17th. So we'll be in touch on schedule and plans like that, and we'll talk more detail about that next week as well. So as Andrea mentioned, things will be changing and evolving, but we have a pretty extensive training plan for what we know so far for next week. We look forward to seeing you all next week, and if you have any questions, let us know. Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
So yeah.